Some people call me a hoarder. Could be junk collector, like my garden. Other people just say, I don't throw anything out. No, listen, when I throw stuff out, it's garbage. I like to think of myself as a connoisseur of fine, previously owned, cool stuff. And I like to trade. And trading is nice. And, you can barter for things. In fact, I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I need to finish bartering for. And bartering with, because I'm getting a little bit behind. But in the meantime, people throw out the damnedest stuff. Let's take a look. When I plugged it in, it ran, and it felt like it was leaking from underneath here. Let's just give it a quick test. I want to get this plastic piece off. This piece here, so we can get in there and see. Now listen. Yeah, it's this. Yeah, hold on. Let me get spray foam. Hold on. But I'd like to take this off. I want to clean it. Oh yeah. All right, so that's what's really wrong with it. Let me see if I can break this. Take this off. Stand by. This looks like it pops off somehow. Right? Snaps off, I bet. Yeah, I'll snap it off. All right, let's take a look. Let's see here. There's something I'm poking in here. There's all kinds of crap. Let's blow it out. I want to clean it. Because I'm going to be pressure washing today and tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know what the hell it is, fellas. Could be a Torx. And I've had some of these apart before. It's all impacted. Looks like plaster dust. So, yeah, it's a Torx. I don't know which one it is. Let's see. Most of the labels are gone on these things. T10 kind of makes sense. There's a little screw in there. So T10, not Phillips. Yeah, here's your manifold assembly. So everything looks good in here. This is probably the one they use the most, to say the least. Let me pull that off. Let me go see if I have another one. I should have something. It's got a double line set up. So, and we'll lubricate in there, but we'll get it cleaned with some super clean. Stand by. I was looking around. I didn't see one. I have one that's crap. Just throw it out along with this one. I'll order some of these, but what we'll do, I think I start lubing this, we'll lube in here. But just to test, I'll put a plug in here. Look, this is probably the one they use the most, seeing there's all kinds of rust in there. And I wonder, does this tank have a drain? It may not. So, yeah, it's got one over here. It looks like it's beat. So we'll put a plug in that, and I don't know if that comes off or not. Usually those caps come off, but here we go. Yeah, let's get this regulator lubed up a little bit. That's better. Tranny sauce might mix. And let's get all this. We're going to wash it anyway, and we'll let it sit out in the sun. I should have a chance to do it today, but we said we want to test it. And we might just be able to kind of, I don't want to put too much water or anything in here, but we'll blow it out. We'll get some water. Here's a drain. Yeah, that was definitely going. But it's a drain. It's working. Let's see if anything comes out. I don't know which way it goes. We'll find that out too. All right. Let's find a plug. And we'll put a plug in. Yeah, that'll help. This is probably the one they didn't use. Let's go get a plug. I cleaned up one of these fittings. Oh, I got a little beat. Let's put this in and retest. I mean, I only need one, but I do need to get some more of these fittings, these ends, because I got to go over my system because it's been leaking a lot. So let me run this in. The ends all beat. Yeah, my system's been leaking a lot. Let me get a smaller one of these. Run it in, and then we'll test. Because he only had his one truck with him, and there was already a mower in there. So he picked this thing up. This is a Power Mate. He'll probably buy this for me. I'm like, yeah, just whatever it costs me to fix it. So that's a score. These are pretty nice. You know, I just don't like these mufflers. Like, these motors, this is never any good. It needs to be down, honestly, because the water somehow gets into these motors. Now, this ain't a Briggs, so maybe it doesn't happen to these as much. This is probably one of them new, I don't know, is this the Chinese style? I don't know. Power-matic. It's probably a Power Mate. Yeah, Power More motor. It's probably the Chinese one. I could get it going. He said this was in the ritzy. These were all in the ritzier areas, and he realized it when he, he was kind of leaving. Then you got this. So this fell off. God knows why. Does it still spin over? This is listed as a 55 and 8250. They're always so generous, right? This is basically like mine. Mine's an older unit. I'm like, it feels like it's locked, like it's locked. He was going to leave it there. I'm like, no, Mike, this is more of the money, and I might be able to use it for parts because I have another one back there too that's got issues, or I could use it for parts for mine, or I'm like, I don't know, I hate to say it, but go get it. So I think it's locked. That's probably why they took this off. They took this off and they were like, it's locked. Yeah, because people don't know how to run these. They let the oil go low. Let's see. They let the oil go low, or worse. I can't get it. Okay, I can get it. Or worse, they leave it tilted on a hill. Right? There's a little oil in there. Feels thin. It's got gas in it. Yep, lots of it. So it probably sees the engine. I'm like, but the generator might be good. The parts might be good. The tank is good because I have one missing a tank. I like the plastic tanks as long as I don't get a hole on it. Can I get this back? I can't deal with it right now. F you. Let's look at these. So I have this one already. And so Big Mike, when he was here, he saw mine. He goes, you can get the Diablo blade. And I'm like, Mike, I don't want to ruin mine. I don't want to just start cutting metal just because of a Diablo blade. Well, maybe now I do. Right? Put the Diablo on that. Instacut. It's definitely not as nice as mine. I mean, was using mine as for contracting and here and everything else, so I know mine. We'll fire this one over. And then this one, I don't know. Does it pull over? I could use a light one. Although I just want to it pulls over. You know my feelings on those, but it kind of feels all right. It might be fine. It might just be gooled up. That might be good for the shop. I just threw out a ton of those ends. I just need something that I can blow the shop out with, and I'll be happy. Yeah, I think that's it. That's good enough. But I'm willing to bet. Let's see, is there any fuel in it? I had a fuel gauge on it. No, it's dry. Maybe the carburetor is good. That's a bonus. Yeah, I need a pulse sorter. It's got the crappy wheels on it. But the frame is decent. It's not rotted. I have another one with a frame rotted. Yeah, we have options. This didn't go in very far. What is all this stuff? Metric-y crap? All right, let's run it. All right, it didn't take long. I let it run. I shut it off. We're gonna hot start it in a minute. But I'm not seeing any bubbles. And on this gauge here, I'm about 90, close to 100, and I'm at 100 here on a regulated gauge. So yeah, it's coming down. So this regulator's working. That's good news. I don't see any bubbles. Tiny bubble. This is 150 PSI. It's a 6-gallon. So that's 1034.2 kPa. So she's going to try to make 150, which is way too much. 2.6 CFM, so she's tiny, at 90 PSI. So you want this thing max rated at 90. So you want to turn your regulator down until it's about 90, 80, 90. And that'll give you your best airflow for guns and stuff and whatever you want to do. Yeah, people throw the damnedest stuff out. So I got these. These aren't great or anything, but you know, the cheap plastic ones, but I actually have a use for them. Of course, I have better ones, and I can make these, but I actually have a use for this. So that's something I need to deploy. And let's check out the other things. So this must have been for a truck or something. Be my guess. So it's got a nice, you know, high lift. This will go pretty far up. You could see how where it is right now at the end there, so she'll go up a lot higher. And then you got these nice guys. I like to turn it, and that's a nice little interesting piece of steel for something. Yeah, not bad. All right, that's 120. She's getting warm. I've seen this before where they'll get warm. This is more the intake side. You know, I mean, look, it's going to get warm. If we can lower that down, the crack point, which is going to be in here somewhere most likely, to about 130, 120, 130, which is where I run my stuff. That's more than enough, especially for an older machine. All right, I did pick up a Diablo. No, I'm not taking it out of the package, fellas. We're going to wait until I'm ready to use it for that extra saw drop box. I don't know if it'll work. I'm pretty sure it fits within, I think it's like 3,000 RPM. But, you know, I might get a separate frame later on. This stuff's expensive. All of this stuff is expensive. And that's for mostly to cut steel and aluminum and predominantly just general fabrication. And when I want a good, straight, clean cut, I'd like to get a plasma cutter, among other things. But this is mostly for the lathe project, which I'm going to squeeze a little bit of time in right now as I finish up this outro. I'm just going to take off the apron and the screw and a few other things. And we've got to get that cleaned up so that I can have it working properly at some point in the future. So part of that is a trade and barter with Mike. And I've got one of his machines over here, which I got to get back to. I'll show you a pic right here. I'll just go grab a quick pic today and shove it in here as B-roll. And then Mikey, which I had to put together something for him, and he'll actually pay me a little bit on that. But there's a lot of that time. Oh my God, what a nightmare this stupid little engine was. It's the last of its kind that we have. But that's another episode. So that's also barter. I do a lot of bartering with him as well. And just in general, anytime I've picked up, you know, I did a Toro for a guy, and he set me up with a whole bunch of nice Milwaukee powered tools, you know, battery powered tools, whatever, right? Get out there, see if you can fix it. If you find it, drag it home. The best place to find your victims, right, is in the garbage, right? Go drag something out of the garbage, bring it home. I do it outside a lot of times. Even today, I still, you know, this year I had a bunch of videos. I did them outside. I didn't even do them in the shop. Take pics, take little videos. This way you remember when you go to put it back together again, it might be an ongoing project, which is what I'm about to go do. Thanks for watching this episode of Arch's Garage, the garbage channel. Well, that's what it seems like. All right, because everything I work on starts off as garbage. Wait, it's not Arch's garage. It's Arch's garbage. I'll see you later.